Hey guys, still not Danny. He's still out. Reasons. I got asked today to talk about the Mexican 1910 Mauser. What is that? It is a rifle made by Mexico in Mexico for the Mexican Army. So before we get into that, a little bit of backstory. In 1895, the Mexicans adopted the 1895 Mauser. In 1902, they contracted with Steyr and DWM to make changes to their rifle and to make a new run of rifles, which is the 1902. I love the naming. So, what is the difference between that rifle and the 1895? Basically, it looks exactly the same as an 1895, except for the bolt in basically the middle bits, right? So, in 1906, the Mexicans wanted to start making their own rifles and not have to rely on foreign contracts for foreign weapons. So in 1910, they made the Mexican Mauser model 1910, which is this rifle. Here. It's virtually identical to the 1902. The difference is this rifle is made in Mexico. Mexico made rifles in two factories from 1910 until 1934, and then they made a new model. The factories are called, I do not speak Spanish at all, so the Fábrica Nacional de Cartuchos and the Fábrica Nacional de Armas. So, yeah. My rifle is a 1932 example. They do take the 1895 bayonet and looks the same. And it is numbers matching. The only numbers I could find on this particular rifle are on the bolt and the receiver. I have not taken handguard off, but with that, let's take this rifle and an 1895 and a Gewehr 98. And we'll look at them all together so you can see the differences between the two and why I think it looks like their baby. All right, here we have the rifles laid out. We have the Chilean 1895, we have the Mexican 1910, and we have the Gewehr 98. When they're close together, you can actually see all of the features that the Mexican and the Chilean share. The butt plates, the stock, length, shape, size, bands, all of it. There are two major differences between the Mexican and the Chilean. The first is the bolt. So I will get you guys a little bit closer up so you can actually see these bolts side by side. But the Mexican has a Gewehr 98 bolt. It has the two lugs and the third safety lug. It has the large extractor. It has the gas shield. It is cock on open, not cock on close. The other difference that the Mexican has than to the Chilean and to the Gewehr 98 is the sights. These sights are a U-notch style sight. And I know we talked about that the last time I made a video for you guys on the Portuguese. U-notch square post, barleycorn, which is an inverted triangle and a triangle. And the long of his ear has an inverted triangle and triangle barleycorn sights as well. You just can't see them as well due to the sides of the sight. I will get you guys a picture of the crest. It's one of the great things about collecting Mauser rifles is seeing all the beautiful crests that they put on the receivers. And the Mexican crest is very cool. And I will get you guys a close-up of the bolts so you can see the differences between them as well. Here you can see the bolts laid out in the same order that they were on the table in the rifles. We have the Chilean, the Mexican, and the German. And it is very easy to see the difference between the bolts. This bolt is cock on close. These bolts are cock on open. This has the smaller gas shield. This has the large gas shield. This has knurling. These do not. The third lug or safety lug, whoever you talk to, is not present on the Chilean, but it is on the Mexican and the German. This also has the guide rail, where the Chilean does not. 2 symmetrical locking lugs. And here you can see the design difference between the Mexican and German versus the Chilean extractor. This one's scalloped, and this is a beautiful bolt and a beautiful rifle. And this rifle is nice, it's just not as clean. And then this is just a normal wartime German. All right, guys, with that, we have taken a closer look at the Mexican 1910 Mauser. I hope you guys like the variant. Mexico adopted a bunch of different Mausers, so if you wanted to get into Mexican Mauser collecting, there's quite a few different ones that you could really get into. Just so you know, I tried to get this one out to you guys. I did watch the comments, and it seemed like there was some interest in this particular rifle. There was also some on the 9138, which is going to be coming out, and the MG34. So hopefully Danny doesn't take too long to edit this, and we can, you know, get some content out for you guys. So y'all have a good one. Should hold the rifle this way. More room. Do their contract, and here, I did it again. You get all this is a God, get all up. Rifles are set up. I'm gonna sneeze.